Go. Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode. Is it 19 or 18?
I lost freaking count, man. I'm gonna be real here.
I'm thinking it's 19, but
Is it 19? Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
Who knows?
But it's been a while since we've done a podcast. Again, I do apologize for the lack of consistency.
Yeah, I do apologize.
And also, just a little announcement for everyone here. Also, I have not been uploading all the audio versions of the episodes for a freaking long time. So I think now that finally my finals are almost over. As soon as I'm done with finals, I will definitely start working on it immediately, 100%. Someone will probably. I hope someone will clip this because I will probably eventually forget about it somehow.
Don't worry, I got your back. I'll freaking screen record it for you, and I'll spam it every single day for the rest of your life.
No. Anyways,
yes.
let's just cut to it. Have you seen the have you seen that new Mortal Kombat movie or so?
Yes. Yes, I have. It's friggin' amazing. I love it. There are some things I do wish to discuss, and there are some things that the original gets right and the newer one gets right. But like I said before, I feel very mixed emotions with the Mortal Kombat movie. I really loved it, but I also kind of wish they got some things right.
I think
It's like
yeah.
they missed the mark, some sort of things.
Yeah.
But I actually, I really want to hear what you're saying because yours sounds very.
I saw the Mortal Kombat movie. It was pretty good. I'll say.
Okay.
I'll say.
I do enjoy it.
I do. I think I really enjoyed is that they got a lot of the characters pretty good. I think the one that really takes the show, honestly, the three characters that took the show was honestly Sub-Zero, Scorpion, and then Kano. I felt like Kano was the most fleshed out in terms of the entire movie.
He was the funniest fucking character, let's be honest here.
Yeah, he was awesome. I mean, despite being
very surprised.
Yeah, I am surprised.
Despite him being a complete total asshole, it was actually funny. For me, my characters that actually, for me, the ones that the characters, I love the whole cast. The cast did really good. I had fun with most of them, but obviously the one I had fun with the most was Sub-Zero, Kano, and actually Kung Lao. Scorpion was there, but he wasn't there very prominently. I have to say, and spoilers, by the way, we forgot to give a spoiler warning, so if you have not seen the movie, we are going to literally spoil everything in here because, we need to keep on going. And we missed the deadline 2 weeks ago, so if you have not seen the movie, well, I'm sorry, man. Please go watch the movie because we spoiled you. I'm sorry. So there's your spoiler warning. All right, so Scorpion, he was there, right? He was there in the beginning and he was there in the end, but I just wish he would have more screen time. And that goes for a lot of characters. Sub-Zero had some really good screen time.
Yeah, he does have
and I'm so glad they made Sub-Zero have the most screen time out of all the characters and stuff. Besides, the main characters, Sonya Blade, the newbie, I forgot his name. And
isn't it
Cole
Young or something like that?
Yeah, Cole Young. Yeah, I really want to talk about Cole Young, but first I'm talking about all the other characters. I wish there was other character. This is where my first gripe with the movie comes in.
Yeah.
I wish there was more screen time for her face, Melina. Because Melina looked like such an awesome character. I was like, oh crap, we got Melina in here? Really cool. Sheesh. Sheesh, let's go, bro. Come on, Melina. Hell yeah, come on, let's go. We didn't get that with Melina. We only got one scene with her talking and stuff, and then after that she's a background character. I was very surprised they put Cabal in the movie. I didn't think they were going to do that. I didn't see him in the trailer.
In terms of
they did really good
costume designs, I think they did an excellent job.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. They freaking killed it. And I was like, oh my gosh, dude. I think my favorite one out of all the designs is Cabal and Sub-Zero. They really got the designs right for Sub-Zero and Cabal. You know, my
Yeah,
gripe with Cabal, it's like he has a few screen times, which is okay, but I kind of wish they, you know, kind of introduced a lot more characters and had make because these characters
yeah,
are
definitely.
their presence really means something to me. Played a lot of Mortal Kombat. If you truly understand Mortal Kombat, because
Yeah,
I've been, let's be honest here. I've been playing since like fucking MK9, like the newer one, not the old one. Oh, actually, not the old one. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Like,
I put
I wasn't there for the old ones, but I was there for like the new modern ones, from like MK9 to MK10 to MK11. That was me. That's me.
I
But
I really honestly my personal favorite Mortal Kombat game would probably be the Mortal Kombat probably 3 or trilogy, honestly.
oh, okay,
It's
I respect that.
yeah. But like if you talk in terms of like the newer games, I'd say I probably would like if you, I actually like Mortal
More of a
Kombat
newer guy.
X for the what's it called? If you want more like a fast-paced game, it's like but in terms of like overall, I'd say I really enjoyed Mortal Kombat. I'd say 11.
K11, okay. I'm
Yeah.
more of an MKX guy because of the fast-paced fighting system. Like for me, I was like, you know, implementing the combos and shit. It just felt right. With MK11, you can still implement the combos, but there's like, it just, I don't know. It feels like I should be like pummeling this guy into oblivion, but it's kind of, it feels slow. It feels a lot more slower than MKX, but that makes sense because, you know,
It's
they
more
want to make it more realistic. That's why it's a more realistic take on
yeah,
Mortal Kombat, sort of,
definitely. So
in terms of like graphic design. But overall, you know, I love MK11 and I love MK10. And MK9 for me, it was like, oh, okay, you know, it's just, you know, the tournament, you know, from the first game or something like that, from, you know, the original Mortal Kombat. But anyways, from the games into the movie. Yeah, like I said before, you know, I really wish they had more screen time for certain characters like Cabal, Molina, etc. I really wanted to see more of Shang Tsung, like this version of Shang Tsung. I don't know who the Shang Tsung is. Like, is he the same Shang Tsung?
I think
Like,
it's a
there's different
different
versions
one.
of Shang Tsung.
It's a,
Yeah, there's different versions of Shang Tsung. Like there's one where he has the Mortal Kombat tournament, but he's a host. There's another one where this is the real Shang Tsung, where he actually hosted the tournament and is the final fighter. But this Shang Tsung in the movie, it's like he's just walking around like acting like a badass, which is fair. I mean, it is Shang Tsung, you know, respect Shang Tsung,
yeah.
freaking your soul is mine, like that. You know,
Honestly,
I'm perfectly fine with that.
he was okay, but he wasn't my favorite
Yeah,
variation of the Shang Tsung.
no,
I
definitely
like
not.
the what's it called? The original Shang Tsung from
Yes,
the 90s one.
yes,
Not from Mortal
yeah.
Kombat Annihilation. That movie's freaking confusing.
Uh, the movie was garbage. Let's be honest here. When I heard them when they made that second movie, I was like, oh god, I haven't even watched it yet, and you know I refused to for obvious reasons because I heard it was
The
garbage.
the plot was so confusing.
Oh, I bet it was.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
won't get
dude.
into too much detail about it, but it was without any context or spoilers, any of that. But it was honestly confusing. It just didn't do justice to the original plot from the video game. Honestly,
Yeah.
now my question to everyone in Pride is that in this chat, in especially in chat, is that does this compare well or does it compare to the original first Mortal Kombat movie? What do you think?
Ooh, good comparison. I for some odd reason, I really do like the original, and I really do like the newer one. But if there's one I must choose, I have to go with the newer one. The newer one, it feels like Mortal Kombat. It's there, but there's so
Really?
many things that the original did a lot better than the
Really?
newer one, and vice versa for the newer one and the original one.
For
That's
me,
just my gripe.
it's like the newer one. It lacked like the tournament feel, where it's
Yes. Yeah, yeah, that's the biggest gripe for me too. That's the one thing I absolutely do not like about the new movie. It's like Mortal Kombat with the tournament, but there's no fucking tournament. It's like what? So to make up for that, they literally have fight scenes that feel like a tournament,
yeah,
right?
it does feel
I
like a
don't
tournament.
I was like, okay, all right, you know
I
what, or
guess.
whatever, bro.
Yeah,
With
that's
the
one.
with
That's
the
one thing
with the
I like.
original one, you have the tournament. It's there. You're
Exactly.
there. But the newer one, you're fighting everybody before the fucking tournament. It's like what?
Exactly.
One
I
thing
don't know
I don't
why.
understand with the newer one is that why is Shang Tsung trying to kill all the combatants for the Earth Realm tournament? Like it's outside
Isn't
the
he
tournament
cheating in
and
a
the
way?
Elder Gods. Yeah, shouldn't he obey the Elder Gods? Aren't the Elder Gods like a thing where it's like, hey, buddy, you're not allowed to do that. You're not allowed to kill the contestants until
Honestly,
they're in the tournament.
why does the Elder Gods don't do shit in Mortal Kombat in general? Honestly,
Like,
like
yeah, exactly. The freaking Raiden, he barely did anything except for like, yo, put a force field around you. You can't
yo,
get through us
yo,
now. And then
don't
Kano,
fucking.
yeah, I don't know, man. The plot for the movie was a little bit confusing, but I was able to follow through with it.
I
You know,
was able to understand it pretty well, but
you're
it's
able to understand it. Okay, for me, I was like, okay, where are we at? Okay, we're fighting this person. Okay, we're fighting this person. And now we're eating. Okay. Okay, fuck it.
yeah,
But there were some funny scenes though. My favorite, the most notable ones was freaking Kano. I mean, dude, like when Kano got his freaking eye, and then he called Liu Kang a pussy, that shit had me on my neck. I was freaking
yeah, I
rolling.
was freaking laughing.
He's like, better than fireballs, you pussy.
Yeah, did
The
something.
actors, I must applaud the actors again. They did such a wonderful job with this movie. I really love the actors, especially the Kano actor. He's I thought he was gonna suck in real life, but actually he's freaking funny in real life as well.
Yeah,
He's freaking hilarious. He's popping off like jokes and lines like you have never heard before. It's
yeah. They
freaking crazy.
honestly, Kano was the star
He
of
freaking
the.
carried that movie.
Yeah, he was the star of the fucking show.
Let's just rename this movie from Mortal Kombat 2021 just to
Kano's
the Kano Show. The Kano
fuck
Show.
yeah,
That's what we're all here for.
better
Fuck yeah,
than
mate.
the
You're a real
fucking
fucking beauty, mate.
better than
I love Kano.
the shitty comedy shows that are on TV right now.
Right.
Lily Singh's comedy
Anyways.
show.
All right, but back to what I really do want to talk about was some stuff I really don't like about the movie, the newer one, not the older one. But with the newer one, I it introduces Kung Lao, right? And I
Yeah,
was like, bro, Kung Lao is just like owning everybody, right? Liu Kang and Kung Lao officially like kicked everybody's ass, right?
exactly.
And you know, the sad thing about this is that you introduce the character and you kill them off within their introduction. It's like, what the fuck?
I
I
don't
don't know.
think Liu Kang died, but like I don't know why that.
No, Kung Lao died. Yeah, Kung Lao died.
Yeah,
That's the part that kind of pissed me off a little bit. I was like, bro, really? He just died like that? Are you serious?
yeah, he just died like that.
He died like that. But I was like, why? Why? There should be no way. It's the first movie. No one should be dying except for Scorpion. Maybe a couple of other people. But that's just pretty much it. That's just me. That's my gripe.
Yeah,
You know, it's the same thing with the screen, on screen time. So many characters died without having proper screen time. Like Molina died to Sonya without having proper screen time, right?
yeah.
Friggin' that one dude with the hammer, I don't know if he's like a friggin' Mortal Kombat,
I don't remember him in
character. I don't
in the
remember him
game.
at all. The chick, the flying chick before she got friggin' sliced in half by Kung Lao, she barely had any screen time too, and she is
Yeah,
actually a Mortal Kombat character.
yeah,
I was like, I don't remember seeing that person before, but I do remember somebody with wings. I researched it, and that character is actually a Mortal Kombat character. I'm like,
yeah.
oh, okay,
Honestly, I'm
sweet.
not a fan of that character in the game and in the movie.
Yeah, like I said before, I don't like these characters, but prefer to have them, solidify themselves on why they're a force to be reckoned with in the Mortal Kombat movie. We didn't get that shit at all. Instead, the friggin' character with the wings is just like, she's flying, she's looking around for Kung Lao, and then, Kung Lao just grabs her, friggin' slices her up the middle with
Yeah,
his friggin'
yeah. The
hat.
fatalities were
The
absolutely. I mean,
fatality,
that's the one
they
thing
were good.
I actually enjoyed, especially Liu
They were
Kang's.
really good.
Actually, they did justice to Liu Kang's like.
The
Was
Fire
it
Dragon
the Fire
fatality,
Dragon?
yeah.
Yeah, that one was
Yeah, it was really
amazing.
good. Yeah, same thing with Scorpions too. When he burned Sub-Zero, like he took off his mask and he just burned
Mm.
Sub-Zero. They did it okay. I felt like they could have handled it a lot better.
Yeah.
With the with him taking off the mask and doing the fatality, I felt like it could have done the effect a lot better. Instead of him having it should have been like him taking off the mask and taking off his head and revealing the skull that's like fiery and it bursts into flame and then boom, flamethrower,
Yeah.
and then he just melts you. That's the fatality I really wanted to see, but it was there. They could have done it a lot
I feel
better. I don't know
it
if the
was
budget
somewhat
wasn't high enough or
satisfying, but
something.
I wish that they
Yeah,
should have showed that Scorpion took off the mask. But then again, there'd be some sort of like CGI thing that would be happening,
true,
and
true, true,
people
true.
and sometimes some CGI does get some pretty bad rep for it in
Yeah,
the
I
movies.
mean, a perfect example would be the original. The original used somewhat a lot of CGI, at least in my opinion, they did, and it kind of didn't really age well. At least that's how I see it. I don't think it aged well.
Yeah.
Yeah, and another gripe I actually do have with this movie, it's again with the characters. One of them being Reptile. I felt like they could have done Reptile a lot better.
Yeah,
Personally,
it's like
I was
there.
Reptile is not an actual reptile. He's
Yeah,
not a
he's
little
just
alligator. He's just a humanoid reptile thing. He's a reptilian humanoid
isn't
character.
isn't isn't that reptile thing CGI as well?
Yes, he is. Yeah, he's
Yeah, I knew
CGI.
it.
And when I saw that, my heart just dropped immediately. I was like, bro, come on, man.
I felt like it was a little underwhelming. It was.
Yeah, I totally agree with you.
It wasn't
I
my
just
favorite part of the movie, honestly, because it wasn't. It was just what's it? The main character, the main character Kano and like Sonya Boyd just fighting just some random reptilian creature. Honestly,
yeah.
I'm like, oh okay.
I I felt like they could have just done that a lot better, You feel me? Like they had some things right. I saw the vision. It was there. They just didn't really implement it well.
Yeah,
Some characters were handled really good and some other characters were like, the fuck is this on my screen? Like,
yeah,
you know, I I don't know, man. Like there's so many other characters, right? With Scorpion, he's fine. Sub-Zero, he's fine.
yeah.
My one gripe
They're
is like,
great.
yeah, my gripe with this movie is also the story. They changed it up a bit because
To
here's the
me,
thing: when Sub-Zero came over and killed, Scorpion and stuff, I thought it wasn't, the Beyond. I thought it was,
Quan Chi.
what's it? Yeah, I thought it was Quan Chi. I thought they were gonna go with the story, with the source material. They didn't do that shit at all. They friggin' went above and beyond. They turned a
Yeah,
180 and they said Han is the one who killed Sub-Zero, like the actual Bihan. And I'm
yeah.
thinking
I
that's
don't
that's
remember
ridiculous.
Bihan killing Sub-Zero in the original plot or the newer timeline, for that
No,
matter.
he didn't. Yeah,
It was
no, he didn't, dude.
yeah. It was.
It's
I feel like they did
it was
it.
Quan Chi.
Yeah, it was. I feel like in term like there were some plot holes and like there was some like questions that are a little bit unanswered that I have for this
Yeah,
movie. One of the plot holes is that when like let's see, when Cole Young was fighting Sub-Zero and then Scorpion shows up, apparently Cole Young knows Japanese.
yeah. I was like, does he know Japanese? Like,
like he's just like, oh okay, I guess I understand.
I don't know, man. That really
Like
creeped me out. I was
I
like,
guess
why
Cole
does he
Young
know Japanese?
understand. Does he
He
just know
he
Japanese?
speaks. Listen, he speaks the language of the gods. That's why he's able to understand it.
I feel like that was a plot hole that needs to be answered because it was a little inconsistent in a way.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, It's like, how does he know Japanese? I understand, he is the descendant of Scorpion in this movie. But seriously though, how does he speak Japanese? He just took a language class with Raiden, and Raiden's like, all right, so listen, this is how you speak Chinese. I mean Japanese, and then he told him how to speak Japanese. Like, where was that? Oh well, hopefully we'll get it right in the next movie. Another problem I do have with the movie is that where's Johnny Cage? Like, why isn't Johnny Cage the main character?
He was like teased in the end, and I don't know why he was teased in the end.
It should have just made him the main character. I would have totally been fine with that. I would have been like, yo, it's Johnny Cage. Johnny Cage is the main character. But the directors were like, yo, we don't need Johnny Cage. We'll just introduce the audience. So like long story short, Cole Young is basically like the audience. He's like our tool to explore ourselves in Mortal Kombat. And I'm thinking that's kind of dumb, but okay.
I felt like he honestly he was a little bit lacking in terms of fighting scenes. It was okay, but it was like and but like aside from the negative stuff about the movie, there were some things that that kind of interested me was the Arcana power system thing.
That was a very interesting way to actually introduce the Arcana system. And basically, the Arcana system is basically how you get your powers, as a combatant from Earthrealm, and basically all you need to do is just kill somebody, right? A perfect example would be, the Mortal Kombat, logo and all that other stuff is called the Arcana mark, and what you need to do. So for example, a perfect example would be Kano versus Sonya Blade. All right, so Sonya has no powers. Crap out of Kano, takes his powers, the laser eye.
Yeah.
And then she has her wrist blasters. That's basically what happened. That's basically what it is.
Yeah, the fucking ring blasters or whatever you call them.
Yeah, I don't know. I just call them the wrist blasters. I call them the wrists of death.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, the introduction to this system is actually well thought out. I thought it was really amazing. We have an actual name for their powers and stuff, like with Sub-Zero. You could have it used to be like, oh, he has cryomancing abilities, but now it's like Arcana abilities. If you don't know what it is, like the proper term, you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's kind
you
of
just
like,
say,
what's it called? The Hunter x Hunter, what's it called? The power system?
Yeah. I thought it was very creative.
Yeah, it was pretty cool overall. I think my favorite Arcana of all was probably Kung Lao's hat. Honestly, it was. Was really cool.
I love the Kung Lao hat. It's so cool. Like I love Kung Lao and Sub-Zeros, but I would have both. Let's be honest here. If you throw a freaking saw blade hat, you're gonna look like a badass, bro. I really love that. Kung Lao really truly carried this movie. Kung Lao and Kano, Sub-Zero and Scorpion are just the heroes of MK, the movie in 2021. They did really good.
I think my question about the Arcanas is the Arcanas aren't they don't they awaken through some sort of mental strength in a way? For example, for example, Sub-Zero, Scorpion's Hellfire, he got it from the Netherrealm, obviously, and then Cole's are kind of awakened because he wanted to protect his family or so, correct?
Yes, that is true.
And then that one was
go ahead.
It was just, to me, the one that wasn't, honestly, in my opinion, the least interesting one for me was the I wasn't a huge fan of Cole's because it was just Tonfa's and in a buffed up armor, really.
Yeah, it's like plot armor, bro. Like when I saw that, I was like, bro, my man has the plot armor. That's just so inconvenient. Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Like it just. That's the one thing I really don't like about this movie. I don't like Cole Young. The actor portraying Cole Young, he did an amazing job. I ain't hating on the actor.
Yeah.
I ain't hating on the actor. The actor who did Cole Young again, he did an amazing job acting. I just hate the character. I felt like it could have been Johnny Cage. Why are we not being introduced with Johnny Cage? Right? He should be the main character.
I think he would be the next character though.
I hope he is. Yeah, they teased it at the end saying, oh, Johnny Cage is going to be in the next movie. I really want to see that.
You know what? I'm guessing that the green projectiles in the game, I think so, that he has in the green powers or whatever they're called. He gets
that by defeating Shinnok.
I'm predicting that it's going to be the next Arcana bit in the next his Arcana in the next movie. I'm
Yeah.
just guessing. I'm not saying it's true, but
Yes, okay.
there's a possibility.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
But also that considering that the actor for Sub-Zero, Joe Taslim, I think
Yes, that is his name.
hopefully I pronounced it correctly, but
You did.
I think he signed for like 3 other contracts for the 3 other movies. If I'm correct,
Or other
I
yeah, he did.
and then when because just gonna say it, he's gonna be Noob Saibot. I'm calling it.
Yeah, I'm calling it too. If they because he literally said I am no longer Beyond, I am Sub-Zero. I'm like thinking Noob Saibot, all right. Noob Saibot, come on, let's go, come on. And then, hopefully we get to see Kuai Liang. I really do want to see Kuai Liang Sub-Zero and how they're gonna take on Kuai Liang Sub-Zero. That's my favorite version of Sub-Zero of all time. I love Kuai Liang.
Kuai Liang's
But
real cool. But
yeah,
I think
but I really do want to get back to what's his name, Cole Young. My problem with Cole Young is that he wears plot armor at a very convenient time and he kills Goro and all this other stuff. I'm thinking that's fucking bullshit. Like when I saw that, I was like, bro, there's no way he should be able to do that.
yeah.
There's just no way. But this, dude, like again, why is it not Johnny Cage? They could have done it better with Johnny Cage. I felt like the director was kind of worried because if they screwed up Johnny Cage, a lot of people would have just been like, "Yo, what are you doing, you dumbass? That's not Johnny Cage. This is Johnny Cage," or something like that, And they, I could see why. I felt like, the absence of Johnny Cage was the movie's biggest downfall. At least in my opinion, it was. It just if there's no Johnny Cage in the movie within like the first movie, I don't think it would have succeeded well. I think about it. Kano, Kung Lao, Sub-Zero, and Scorpion carried this movie. Right? Without those characters, this movie would have been shit.
It would have been lacklustering.
But what could have made this movie so much better is that Johnny Cage being the main character and having the audience explore Mortal Kombat through Johnny Cage. That's the biggest thing they missed. I'm so glad he is in the second movie. They did tease him to be in the second movie, and if he's not, I'm gonna get extremely mad. I'll be like, "Yo, what are you guys doing? Where's Johnny Cage?" That's the biggest character I truly want to see right now, besides Fujin and Chiva.
Yeah, definitely.
I just really hope Johnny Cage is in the second movie.
You know who I want to see in the movie? I want to see.
What do you want to see?
I really want to see maybe Quan Chi in the next movie. I mean,
I don't know if it will be in the second movie. Because like in this newer one, Bihan actually kills Sub-Zero. He kills, Hanzo Hasashi's family. I thought it was Quan Chi. It was not Quan Chi. It was freaking Bihan, like I said before. And, it's basically like something that will spiral out of control later. I don't know how they will handle this, the director and the writers and all this other stuff. I pray that they will handle it very correctly.
My thing is, when I first saw the movie, when after Scorpion died and Raiden shows up to pick up the baby, I thought the baby was going to be the main character or something like similar to.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
I was like,
and then that didn't happen. Yeah, I was like, okay, well, the baby was useless.
Oh, the baby was just there for plot reasons.
For plot convenience, and I'm like, okay, all right, moving on. And then we have Cole Young. It's like, okay, all right.
I think other than that, it was a pretty solid movie, but I feel like there were some like problems that I have with the movie overall, but I think some people were shitting on it, but I would probably give it like maybe like at least an 8 out of 10 in my honest opinion.
Yeah. Same thing with me with the newer Mortal Kombat movie. It basically did some stuff a lot better than the original one, and vice versa with the original one doing stuff better than the newer one. There are some problems. I hope Johnny Cage is in the next movie. I hope the director can kind of keep, I hope he can hold the ship together, for a while, for a good long while. That way,
Yeah,
we get
definitely.
every single character from the game in this movie. But honestly, if you want my personal opinion, I'm gonna say, for me, my personal opinion, I give it a 9 out of 10. I had so much fun with it. But my critic review score is gonna be an 8 out of 10, or maybe like some people scored it at 7.9, 8. I'll round that as well, and I could totally see why they give it a 7.9 or an 8 out of 10. But for me, I'll give it an 8 out of 10 because like I said before, there's some problems I do have with this newer one, and there's some problems that, sorry, there's some good things that I really loved about the newer one.
I think
But that's just
also not only that, I'm gonna take a look at this article that I saw in about because since considering that it had hit the box office pretty well
yes, it did. I'm
at
very happy.
34 million within 2 weeks. At
Yeah, it beat
but
Demon Slayer. I'm very surprised.
no, it did no. Wait, no, it didn't.
Oh wait, no, yeah. Didn't they say like Mortal Kombat was beating it, and then Demon Slayer came around, and then it
Yeah,
was beating Mortal Kombat, and then it just went back and forth, and I'm thinking, all right, I don't know who to trust anymore. But for
I
me,
don't
I
know.
think Mortal Kombat beat Demon Slayer, and you can have a personal different opinion about that.
Yeah, honestly, it was honestly overall. Speaking of Demon Slayer, we're going to review Demon Slayer. Before that, you're gonna have to listen to our sponsor and listen to this ad break that we have.
Yeah, let's get this sponsor out of the way. All right.
I want to start my own podcast, but I don't have the money to actually start one. What am I going to do now?
Hey Virgil, what's wrong?
Wait, what? Oh, hello, TrappedSnake. I really wanted to express my opinions and do it live in front of everyone, but I don't know how to start my own podcast. Where can I go to make my own podcast?
I can tell you, Virgil, with our sponsor, Anchor.
Wait, really? What's Anchor?
Anchor is a website that allows you to record your podcast from your computer for free.
Wait, for free? Really?
Yes. Anchor also has creation tools that allow you to edit, upload your videos, and it distributes to Apple Podcasts, Spotify, etc.
Can you do everything on Anchor?
Yes. You can do everything at once. You can also make money with no minimal listenership.
Whoa, that's actually crazy. Where can I go to actually download Anchor, TrappedSnake?
Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started.
Hello, everyone. Wait, oops, sorry. Is it... Okay, now we are back, everyone. Here. So now back on hand here.
Yes.
We are now reviewing the Demon Slayer movie, and you won't believe it. It was absolutely amazing.
It was wow. It was more breathtaking than Keanu Reeves, bro. Like, dude, when we saw that movie, I was just like, bro, this movie just does it does so well. It's so good.
It was
Like,
so the
I was-
colors, the animation was
Yeah.
gorgeous.
Yeah. I was like, bro, this movie's freaking awesome. Keep in mind, I've never seen Demon Slayer before, and I'm glad that this movie made a really good impression on me. I just really, really love this movie. For me, like, this movie made me rival the love of the newer Mortal Kombat movie. This movie, the Demon Slayer movie, was pretty interesting. I do have one little minor problem with it, but other than that, I thought it was a really good movie. But first, I want to start off with TrappedSnake. What did you like and hate about the movie? But
There was some,
what did you tell me? Tell me.
there were some things since I pretty much seen like almost the entire show. I think
Yeah.
I think
So you're a veteran.
yeah, I somewhat because I don't know it too well, but I think overall I think I really enjoyed was the plot. The plot I was pretty mixed with the plot. There were some good things about the plot where it's like,
Yeah.
it was pretty simple and it was pretty simple. I'm not without giving any context of spoilers or anything like that, but
Yeah. No spoilers for this movie.
I don't want to ruin it for everyone who has watched Demon Slayer or anything like that. Out of respect,
Yeah,
anyways.
we truly recommend that you watch the movie. It's really good.
It's
This movie is still new. It is very popular, and a lot of people have not seen it yet. So we are not giving a spoiler.
I encourage you to watch it by ticket.
Yeah,
Tickets.
no spoilers, by the way.
I heard some
Yeah.
people in the theaters that were I think I'm not sure if it hasn't happened to me yet, but there were some people that were screaming Aaron Yeager and shit on the fucking theaters. I seen there's like literal bunch of fucking memes there, and it was hilarious. And people
That's
screaming
pretty
like random
funny.
anime shit.
Just like there's one that you actually did show me, and that was
Yeah.
the friggin'
It was a deck. It was a sussy baka.
Yeah, that one was friggin' funny. But like
Yo,
the
shit.
context of that video that he sent me was that there's a guy and there's a bunch of like audience stuff, and they were gonna watch the Demon Slayer movie,
like,
and they
before
were,
the
you know,
movie
like
started.
legitimate pure anime, yeah, legitimate pure anime fans, right?
Yeah.
You know, and then all of a sudden you hear this guy with his friggin' phone out recording friggin' "Oh, Nichan Baka." And after that, you know, after the commercials ended and the movie was gonna start, you just hear in the back of your you just hear behind you, you hear "Iku's a sussy baka," and it started rolling. Yeah, it was freaking good. We need more people like that dude. He was freaking funny.
Yeah, honestly, I overall the movie was great.
Yeah,
I think one of the characters that really like shined in the movie was Rengoku, the guy with the fire sword and everything.
I loved him. He was awesome.
He was
He was something.
he was an amazing character overall.
He really was.
I think what he w- I think he really showed I think one of the movies that really showed the aspect was it showed not only the simplicity but it was
It
also
shows how
the character
well
development.
yeah, the character development with that character was friggin' amazing. Like, dude, when I saw that with you for the first time, I was thinking, this guy is freaking cool. I wish I watched all the Demon Slayers.
I think he's like comparable to what like Zack from Final Fantasy VII overall.
Really does feel like Zack from Final Fantasy. I would say he actually is him in sort of weird reincarnation, I guess you could say.
Yeah, I guess you could say he was very funny, but but there were some serious moments where you would honestly truly appreciate and I don't want to spoil anything for anything, but it was
There's something really
it
badass. That's all you need to say.
and it was it was
It's
pretty
very
sad.
tear-jerking.
Yeah, jerking, yeah.
But it was a very badass moment, though.
Yeah, it was a very badass moment overall. I think another thing that I also like the movie aside is the animation. The animation was absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, it was beautiful. It was like it felt like the Mona Lisa just came to life, and it just was very vibrant. It felt the animators really brought this movie to life. It really did. Everything just feels like, you know, as it should be. You know, a perfect example. The train feels like a train. The seats feel like
Yeah.
seats. You know, friggin' their powers feel natural, and I
Yeah.
like that.
It was like if those you don't know what the breeding form is like, it's pretty similar to the Hamon, but except
From JoJo, yeah.
it incorporates the elements of earth, like for example, fire, water, wind, I think, and then
It's basically the
electricity,
Avatar elements on steroids.
but with Hamon, with
Oh yeah, that's
the
true.
concept of Hamon. Not
Damn, dude, like it's just freaking incredible.
Yeah, it was honestly incredible. I think
I'm
a lot of the
still
characters
flabbergasted with
were
that movie.
all of the characters were great. Though I
Yeah.
wasn't a huge fan of Zenitsu, considering that he's a simp.
Oh, isn't he the dude with the freaking blonde hair?
The blonde hair with the lightning sword.
Doesn't he have like the yellow mop hair or
Yeah.
something like that? That's him. Okay. Yeah, I was like, I wish he died, but not really. Just let's be honest, you know, it's not Demon Slayer without a character, and I recognize that character from
I wasn't a
anywhere.
huge fan of him, but he was pretty funny overall.
I like the little sister. I thought she was kind of cool. She was like, you know, oh, what's the main character's name? I forgot his name.
Tanjiro.
Yeah. And he has like a thing around her mouth too, and I was like, oh crap, that's kind of cool. And then she's like, hey, brother, wake up, and they're, you know, and it was just incredible, honestly.
Yeah.
She didn't really say anything, but she was like scratching his like a cat.
Honestly, in terms of what I really also the only problem was that I think it was the plot. It was a little too simple. It was
Yeah,
it felt like it somewhat felt like a little bit like your typical shonen plot.
it's basically like you just fight on the train the rest of the movie. That's all you need to know, and that's where my dislike for this movie comes in. That's my biggest dislike. Actually, that's my only dislike for this movie. It's just that they don't stop to fight anywhere else. It's just basically you hop on the train, you fight a little bit, you do this, you do that, you fight again and again and again and again on the train. There's
Do these
nowhere
things.
else left. That's basically the world. The world is the train. And I think Demon Slayer has a very vibrant, beautiful world. And I felt like, the train really restricted what this movie can truly do. But
yeah, it just didn't really felt like a.
It restricts you. It's not only a transport device. It's a friggin' jail cell for creativity. I felt like they could have expanded more on the train, right?
Yeah.
For example, you get on the train and you're doing stuff, right?
And then you fight
and you stop
demons
here.
and stuff.
Yeah, you fight on the train and then you stop, you pick up supplies, you just go around exploring every village, maybe collect a clue or two, That's something I really want to explore. With each different train stop, there's like different locations. That's something I really wanted to see.
Yeah,
with the actual train, you're just on the train and you're fighting, and it's like, oh, that kind of takes me out of the fun a little bit.
Now, my question here is, does it do a better job than a lot of like the comics from the like some of the newer stuff that
America and Hollywood has produced?
American Hollywood produce, aside from the
I would say yeah.
Yeah, it did.
I would say yeah.
Yeah, they
did
killed it at the box office.
Yeah, it really killed at the box office, bro. Like, that's why I was talking about earlier with the Mortal Kombat movie. I couldn't even tell, like, who was rivaling who. They were, like, on the same power level. Both Mortal Kombat, the newer one, and the Demon Slayer movie were, like, freaking Rocky Balboa versus the Russian from, like, Rocky 4. That's what it felt like.
What's it called? The Demon Slayer movie, it was popped. It scored 34.1 million in the box office, if I'm correct. But like, I think they were like pretty similar in terms of it. Some people say that it did kill Mortal Kombat in the box office. Some people say that Mortal Kombat did, but I think both did a great job. But if I had to pick one, I would say Demon Slayer really showed.
For me, it would be Mortal Kombat. I feel like Mortal Kombat kind of killed it because, obviously Demon Slayer was not introduced to a lot of theaters, and that's why Mortal Kombat got the edge because of it. And that is kind of unfair. I truly think Mortal Kombat, I think it deserves to win, but not like that. There should be like no advantage to that. Demon Slayer was kind of cut short a little bit in the box office. It still made some really good money. I think they're going to make another one. I hope they do. But in
terms of foreign films in the U.S., it did
really good.
It did
amazing.
Well.
Yeah, I'm very proud of the people behind Demon Slayer. They really did really good. Same thing with Mortal Kombat. Props to you guys. You guys made an amazing Mortal Kombat movie. You just need to work on a couple of stuff. With Demon Slayer, there are some stuff they do need to work on. But honestly, when you're on a train, I would see why it's hard, because you're on a train. You're not really doing anything else. I mean, you could walk. You could get a walk this way, walk that way. That's pretty much it. But just like I said before,
mm-hmm.
Mortal Kombat, it should have won, but not like that. Where Demon Slayer had, it didn't really have a chance with other movie theaters, and that's kind of unfair to Demon Slayer.
Yeah, it didn't.
That's just my brag. What are you trying to say?
Like, I looked at some of the reviews for for like the Demon Slayer thing. Like, for example, IGN. I don't know why they rate it at like a 7 out of 10.
The fuck, bruh, that's weird.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe because it didn't fit their political standards.
Apparently, it didn't. I don't know. That's just weird. It's like IGN IGN is known to like make some really bad reviews. Like, for
It's
example, they gave Overwatch a 10 out of 10. I'm thinking that's absolute trash. Overwatch deserves it
at least
deserves like a 5 out of 10, at least in
a
my
6.
opinion. Yeah, at least a 6.
I don't know why they gave like the remake at like an 8 out of 10, but The Last of Us Part 2 a 10 out of 10. What?
I don't know. That's why I just ignore most critics and I just ask my friends and I ask my family members what they truly think about
Yeah,
this
exactly.
movie.
They're the
What do they
least.
truly think about this movie?
They're
It makes
so.
sense because it's your friends. They're actual people.
I mean, they lack. I mean, honestly, like I've seen one review for
Excuse me.
Demon Slayer. And someone rated Demon Slayer 2.45 out of 5, and I was
What?
like, I think I showed you this too, if I'm correct.
What the? No, that's not. 2 point what out of 10, bro? Come on, it's a freaking. I love that movie. There's a lot of things that this movie does a lot better than Mortal Kombat. And there's a lot of things that Mortal Kombat does a lot better than this movie.
I think Demon Slayer did a great job in like comparing to.
Yeah, I totally agree with you.
Compared to Mortal Kombat was the emotional aspect and the character development overall.
Yeah.
But in terms of
the has some fleek.
But in terms of fight scenes, I actually have to admit the fight scenes where Mortal Kombat were fantastic.
Yeah, they were on fleek. I thought they were a lot better than the Demon Slayer fights. That's just me. That's my personal opinion. Like with Mortal Kombat, it's just basically known for its lore and characters, and that's pretty much all you need to know. You need to know the characters' backstories and their lore and all this other shit. That's fine, and I totally understand. You don't even need to play the game. I have friends who really love Mortal Kombat but never play the games. I'm thinking, you guys are weird, but you're okay. I'm glad you guys understand Mortal Kombat. Demon Slayer, it has a beautiful story. The characters are very emotional. They really hit you in the spot. I almost cried one time in the movie for the Demon Slayer one, but I won't spoil it because, for obvious reasons. And, it really made me feel emotional, That's the thing that Mortal Kombat is missing. It's missing emotional characters. We have characters, but they're not very relatable. They're just there. They look fucking awesome. With the Demon Slayer movie, they have it, but they kind of. I felt like some of the fight scenes were kind of lacking, though.
Yeah,
that's just my personal opinion.
Lacking, but I think I would have to say that I recommend watching the show before getting into the movie because the movie is part of the plot and overall if I have to give the the movie a proper rating score thingamajig, I'd give it like at least a 9 out of 10.
Yeah.
Everything.
If you want my personal opinion, my personal score is actually a 9 out of 10. I really truly do love what I saw here. I just improve on it, just improve on it. And then if you want my critic review, it is a 9 out of 10 as well. And what I truly do have to say about this is that I really love this movie. I like TrappedSnake said before, please watch the show, read the manga, because I have not done any of that, and I regret not doing any of that, because I wish I actually had prior knowledge to Demon Slayer.
Yeah.
And the fact that I watched the movie without, reading the manga or watching the anime, it kind of made me feel a little bit uncomfortable, just a little bit, but not too much, to where I wasn't having fun. But overall, from somebody who has never done anything with Demon Slayer before, it is a really good movie. I think I'm getting hooked on to Demon Slayer now, and I might go actually watch the movie, not the movie, the anime, and actually read the manga.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, I really do. I love swords. I really do. I love the katanas too. That's my biggest thing I love about this movie. There's different katana hilts. With the fire dude, he has a freaking Tsuba handguard for that's made out of fire. You have another guy, his katana is like a flower. You have another dude that his katana is like, has no
It's like water.
has no no it has no guard on it, and it's just white tape and stuff, and it looks like the sword is made out of razor blades. I like that one. That one was pretty cool.
I think
Yeah.
in terms of animation, I think what I really enjoyed was my favorite my favorite like was a breeding form or something you call it, the I think it was the I like the fire one and the water one. The water one with the phoenix dragon and stuff. That one
Oh
was
yeah, yeah,
dope.
yeah.
That one.
Yeah. These characters' powers and abilities and the power scale, it feels soft, but once it builds up, it's a very powerful technique.
It's
It's kind of
very
like
simplistic.
very similar to like Harry Potter and how they build up their spells and all that other stuff.
Yeah.
This is what it kind of feels like. It's basically anime Harry Potter with swords and shit. And it's really cool
It
too.
feels like anime Harry Potter, but it's also JoJo Phantom Blood at the same time, except it's in
Yeah.
Japan.
Yeah, this time it's in Japan and not in England. So, that's truly all I really have to say with, the Demon Slayer movie. But I think it's time to come down and just, I really do want to hear your opinion on this. And I've been kind of questioning myself a lot with this choice.
Yeah.
It's time to see which movie is truly better, in terms of like, everything that we just discussed, in terms of everything that we have been talking about since, the past hour. And I really want the people who are watching this movie to actually participate in this. Let us know down below, what movie do you think is better, Mortal Kombat or Demon Slayer?
And why?
And yes, and why? So I really do want to start with you, TrappedSnake, and then we can move on to my personal opinion. And then after that, we're probably gonna end the podcast after I say my thing. So TrappedSnake,
Ultimately,
I hope you have no personal bias. So please tell me, what do you think is better?
Ultimate compare
Mortal
them
Kombat?
both.
Yeah, yeah. Well, which do you think is better? Demon Slayer, Mortal Kombat? Go.
Ultimately,
Let's hear it.
both movies were
You like
excellent.
both? Okay.
Both were excellent.
That's good. Okay, but
There were some aspects that I enjoyed,
I'm glad to hear that.
but there were
Like,
some other aspects
okay.
that could be improved in both. But I'm not saying neither one
Mhm.
is better, but
So they're
from
like
like
on the same equal power level. Okay,
but
that's
they're
cool.
on
I
the
like that.
same level in terms of quality, like production quality like writing overall.
Uh-huh.
There were some inconsistencies and some plot holes that I wished that could have for Mortal Kombat that could have been done, but like I said before, but like
Yeah, I
but
totally
I
agree with
can't
you.
but overall listening to everyone what you heard and what I've said, I'm pretty mixed on both because I can't really decide one another without someone like
Thinking ahead and thinking really too deep into it.
without considering the deep into it and like going into
Okay.
like understanding overall the background, the
Okay.
context behind it. I think if you
Yeah.
understand those two both correctly prior to watching both movies, I think you would have a better perspective and a better objective standpoint overall.
Okay. I
Yes, I
really
sound like a
like the way that
professor.
we were thinking. Yes, you are a professor. You're Professor TrappedSnake. Hopefully one day I will learn under you, and if I don't, oh well. All right, so for me, my personal opinion, I really do like both. But if I really do have to choose one, I gotta go with Mortal Kombat. I understand Mortal Kombat a lot better than Demon Slayer. I have no personal bias, but even though it does sound like I have it, I just understand Mortal Kombat a lot better than Demon Slayer. If you were if you were to ask a random person on the street, which one do you know the best, Mortal Kombat or Demon Slayer? And most of the time, I believe some people would say Mortal Kombat, while others will be like, I have heard of Demon Slayer, or yes, I have heard of both, or, I've never heard of either of those in my entire life.
Mostly
So,
the newer anime like watchers, like the new generation of anime watchers, are
yeah.
have most
The
likely
more
seen Demon Slayer.
Yeah. Yeah. That's actually a good point. But for me, I gotta go with Mortal Kombat. I really understand it a lot better than Demon Slayer. That's just my personal opinion.
Mm.
And same thing with the people watching this movie. You know, what let us know down below. Which do you truly think is better in your personal opinion? What do you think is better, Demon Slayer, Mortal Kombat? Let us know. All right, so with that out of the way, I think it's safe to say, Snake, old pal, let's end this podcast.
Thank you everyone to have watched the podcast. Make sure to check out our what's it, Spotify, Anchor, and everything else we got here, and I hope Raid Shadow Legends doesn't sponsor me or any of that. Otherwise, I will, because I heard that Raid Shadow Legends doesn't do a great job at paying people that are sponsors. Apparently, I don't know why. But I like I said, like, one more time for the announcement that I will definitely will upload all the missing episode, the episodes that I haven't uploaded from YouTube to do it. And please someone will record it for me so that I will eventually forget about it. I hope maybe, I think either Pride or Sans will probably like tell me to, like, hey, go fucking edit that thing.
Yeah,
You lazy dude.
Probably will. We'll probably jog your noggin. We'll be like, hey, asshole, do this.
Yeah. Just be on the lookout and stay tuned for the and hopefully you can catch up on the go for the catch up on the recent episodes instead of going on YouTube. Thanks, guys.